So it sounds like based on what he failed to do on the field, Tyreke Smith has the most to gain this week. Is there anybody else that comes to mind that has more on the line than maybe some others?
I'd like to see what Haskell Garrett would be able to do because of the fact of he came off of a great year, and I don't know. I mean, I think the jury is out on what kind of season he had in 21. He had his moments. He had moments where maybe he just didn't flash as much. So I think both of the linemen really have a lot to kind of show and explain the situation, because I think anybody coming off the Ohio State defense from this year is going to be asked a lot of questions of what went wrong. And while you're not drafting the Ohio State defense, you're not drafting their Ohio State careers. They were a part of the defense, and you kind of want to know why production fell. And and I don't think it's as simple with Haskell Garrett as where Tyreke Smith was injured a lot. I mean, but he was inconsistent. But Haskell Garrett, I mean, he had games where he was a world beater, and he had other games where he really didn't show up all that much. And was that an inconsistent motor? Was that just teams schemed up against him? What really led to that?
And Garrett didn't have that great of a Senior Bowl situation either, from what I remember. Had some issues getting blown up and performing. I think Jeremy Ruckert is another guy that could have a big time if he runs a good 40. He's got the size, and he's got enough blocking on film, and that type of receiving tight end is popular right now. So I think he could also make a move and push to be one of the top tight ends in the draft.
I want to see what the guys run. Garrett Wilson said that, it had been kind of projected he would run in the 4.5 range. To me, it seems like he'd be faster than that, but I think anything that he could run just even sub 4.5 would turn a lot of people's heads. He's in a real battle to be the top wide receiver taken, along with I think Treylon Banks from Arkansas is right there with him as one
Drake
of the
London
top.
at SC.
Drake London from USC as well, definitely. Those are probably the top three. So just depends who needs wide receivers. To me, the Browns definitely need them. They need playmakers to help out this quarterback. And so I want to see that. I want to see how fast Olave can go. It's very rare for anybody to do sub 4.4 at this thing. I mean, you see some high 4.3s every now and then, but, usually around 4.40 is about as fast as most people get at this thing. And I want to see, can he push that low 4.4 range? And that would be cool. To me, Petit Ferrer and Munford, I think there'll be some watching to see what they do in the bench press, because obviously strength is a big part of what you're bringing to the table as an offensive lineman. And typically the best numbers there in the high 20s, I believe. And if those guys can each get into the mid 20s, I think that's respectable. So that's probably, some things. And I think Wilson will have just a vertical leap that'll be, among the 3 or 4 best in his position. And, dare I say, one of the better ones that we've seen in years, in the various years here. I would think he'll be in that top 10 percentile, I would think, all time in vertical leap. So, what that means, is that 36, 38? I don't know, but whatever that turns out to be. But, this is the like we say, T-shirts and shorts are incredible indicators of what kind of a football player you're going to make. So this is the T-shirts and shorts week for these guys.
And you talk about the bench press, and you get these big bodies out there with these long arms. That's even more distance that it has to travel in the bench press. So, it's difficult, but you sit there and you try to get what you can out of that. Certain positions it matters more. It's kind of funny when you go through wide receiver bench press, you get into a lot of single digits. I mean, I really shouldn't be mocking them. I'm not putting 225 up multiple times. I'll tell you that right now. I love the testing numbers. I love the drills. I will be locked on to NFL Network as much as I can over the next several days to check all of that out and just kind of keep track of what these numbers are and compare them against other players from across the country.